And we're rolling. So welcome, guys, to Hangout number 3. So for most of you, you have been here for 1, you've been here for 2, now you're back for 3, and that's always great to see. As always, the Hangouts are recorded. So if you have new coaches that you're bringing into the business that you want to put into the training, you can always go back to these recordings and plug them in right away. And just so it's clear in everyone's mind moving forward, this is how it's going to be from month to month, where I will run Coach Basics every 5 weeks. It'll start a brand new round. So the format is always going to be these 4 weekly hangouts that will happen on Wednesday evening at this time. So it's basically the same time every week, unless there happens to be a schedule conflict where I've got to move it. Otherwise, it's 8:15 p.m. every Wednesday that there will be a coach hangout. So this is hangout number 3 out of 4. So there's 4 hangouts that we'll do in every round of Coach Basics. The actual official Coach Basics goes on for 60 days. I kind of streamline it and put it all into 30 days. And then from there, there's actually going to be a graduating path that I'm talking to Greg Plaskett about, where once you've achieved Emerald, you're hitting Success Club, it's like, okay, how do I get into my Emerald to Diamond group? Because that's where a lot of you will be ready to go to next, is what is the further education I can acquire so that I am going from Emerald to Diamond. But for the purposes of our Coach Basics, it's 4 weekly hangouts. At week number 5, there will be a coach opportunity webinar. And the coach opportunity webinar on the 5th week gives all the coaches the ability to invite guests or prospects that they feel might be interested in learning about this to the webinar on what it means to become a Beachbody coach. And that I've done repeatedly, and I always record it. So again, you have that access too, but the live one will occur every 5th week. So it sets up really good timing, because the new coaches that you might plug into that webinar, the guests that you might plug into that webinar who say, you know what, game on, I think I want to jump into this opportunity. They then can be plugged into the next round of Coach Basics, which will begin the following Wednesday. And so we'll just continue this process for the indefinite future moving forward, okay? Before I continue, I just want to, I got to jump over to my computer screen because my Facebook is open and I keep getting these chimes from messages coming in. So bear with me 1 second while I go to my screen. Okay, that should do it. All right, so on the agenda for tonight, guys, and the usual format, I'll go into education, taking it from what we've already learned to the next level. And following the education, we can open it up to Q&A and any things that you guys want to add to the group. But as always, I really appreciate all the input, the posting, and the comments that are happening on our team page. It's just showing that there's a lot of activity happening. And there's actually some coaches that have been in this for a while who are finally going, aha, the light bulb is going off, and they're just jumping in full steam, and they're seeing exciting things happen, and it's only going to continue for the future. So congratulations for jumping on board, if that includes you. I'm going to start out with an apology, because I've also realized that in the course of the training that I've done, I often miss some of the finer, call it administrative details. I kind of go to the bigger picture before I go to the finer minutia details. And for a lot of coaches, it becomes, you're lost in this. Well, how do I even sign somebody up with a challenge pack? You know, how do I send them the right link? And there was a lot of common questions that were coming back to me privately during the past couple of weeks about, look, I'm really excited to get going. I know a few people that are interested, but I don't even know how to send them a link to my challenge pack. And so I just want to show you some administrative stuff before I jump into any further education. And the first thing I want to show you, and again, I'll be jumping back and forth to share my screen so you can see where it is. I want to explain a very technical detail involving the back office. And it's one in which a lot of new coaches make a mistake because they don't realize you have to do this certain thing. When you are trying to find out how much the different challenge packs cost, or you yourself want to buy a challenge pack. You cannot do it when you're logged in to teambeachbody.com. You have to log out of teambeachbody.com so that the system is not recognizing you as a coach. And when you do that, you'll then have the ability to go to your Beachbody coach page, not teambeachbody.com. You go to beachbodycoach.com/your username. You go to your customer website and you click at the top, buy a challenge pack. And then from there, you can get the link that you'll send to your potential customers. So let me show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to share my screen with you. Bear with me.